Hello, 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 and welcome to, I guess, Thursday. That's what day of the week this is. I am here to talk about the PRM Insider community weekly wins sessions. As you may be able to see in the caption, depending on where you're watching this, you may or may not be able to see all of this. But we're going to talk about what the weekly wins are and how they work for you as a small business owner. Hi, I'm Lindsay. I never introduced myself, and I should start doing that because occasionally people who don't know me are watching this. So I'm Lindsay, and I am the founder and CEO of Predictable Results Marketing. I am also the Cleveland Grow with Google digital coach and a bunch of other things, consultant with the Small Business Development Center at Lorain County Community College, faculty member for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program, and just a lot of other titles that you may or may not care about. But all of that to say, when I first thought about doing the weekly wins, a lot of what I just said there is the reason why I thought of doing the weekly wins. As small business owners, it is very lonely sometimes, right? I am the only small business owner in my family. I am trying to think how accurate that statement is. I think I'm honestly the only small business owner in my family. Like, I'm thinking about my cousins. I have like two cousins who are second or third cousins who are small business owners as well. But for the most part, I'm it. And the ones that I'm talking about don't live in town. They live in other cities. And all of my friends of my friends from college and friends that are like consider my kind of inner circle, none of them are small business owners either. It is very lonely. My partner's not a small business owner. None of my family, again, none of my immediate family are small business owners. And none of them have ever been, with the exception of my sister. My older sister used to have a business, and that's pretty much it. That's the extent of the people in my family who are small business owners. And you all understand as a small business owner how lonely that can be when you are working on your business day to day, week in and week out, and on the weekends, sometimes during vacation, other times, as you guys have seen me come live from vacation. It is a very lonely road that a lot of people really won't understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, why you're putting in so many hours, what it is you're working for. I have literally had family members ask me, if it's so hard, why don't you just quit and get a job? Even if I was being successful, even it doesn't matter because they don't get it. And that's part of the reason why I created the community in the first place. The Insider community is my way of building a community around myself as a small business owner, because I think that we all need other people like us around us. And when I say as a small business owner, I mean as a small business owner. A lot of us are micro business owners, meaning that we are the only person in the business, or we are one of 4 or 5 people on an entire team. A lot of times we are making, if we've hit 6 figures, low 6 figures in our business. A lot of us haven't even hit 6 figures. A lot of us are barely at 5 figures. And it's really interesting to be in a position where you're growing a business, you're making a living for yourself. You maybe are even making a living for your family, and people around you don't get it. And they don't understand when big things happen in your business. They don't get it. They don't understand the work it takes for you to get these accomplishments, these wins that you're having. And so inside of the club, we actually have a weekly wins session where essentially we encourage you to come on and tell us about your weekly win. Now, this win could be a marketing win. It could be a non-marketing win. It doesn't really matter what the win is. The idea, though, is that inside of our community, we are encouraging small business owners to share your ups more than your downs, because we all have the downs. But I think that as small business owners, the thing that we really need to start doing, speaking to myself, the thing that we need to start doing is celebrating when things happen that are good. When you get your first 1,000 subscribers, or first 1,000 fans on Instagram, when you get your first 10 subscribers on YouTube, when you get your first sign up on your email list. In our co-working session yesterday, one of the people in the session actually works through building a landing page to draw in email subscribers. And we all were there supporting her. She was like, I don't know if I can do it in an hour. And we were like, oh, you can do this in an hour. And she did it in like 25, 30 minutes actually. And that was a huge win. But now we're going to celebrate with her when she gets her first person who actually signs up on that list. It is amazing how great it can feel to have someone sign up, to have people subscribe, to have people follow you, to get your first customer on a brand new product that you have. And often the only person who knows that those things are happening is you, because you're on this island all by yourself. And so what we're doing inside of Insiders is every week we are giving everyone in the club, in the group, in the hub, the opportunity to celebrate. Like, here, just tell us all the good things that are happening. Tell us what's going on that you really are proud of right now in your business. It can be a marketing thing. It can be a non-marketing thing. But the idea is, as small business owners, we all need that support. We need people to celebrate with us when something fun is happening. And maybe even we need to learn how to live more out loud without fear of like someone saying, oh, that's not that important, or, well, that's just silly. I had this in another group that I belong to, that I'm in another mastermind group for myself. And in that group, someone posted a question about like bragging moments. They were like, is there something that you would like to brag about that you haven't said to your family and things like that? And I thought that was fantastic, but it was just like, in that group, it was just a one-time thing. And I really want to make that a regular part of our lives, because as small business owners, we do a lot. Like, sometimes the brag is simply, I felt horrible and I worked through the pain. Like, when I say work through it, I mean like emotionally, not physically. Like, if you're in pain, you should deal with it, but work through whatever was happening. And then we're able to get back up and start working again, or whatever the accomplishment is. We need to be celebrating those things for ourselves. We need to be celebrating them with other people. And we need to recognize when we are doing good things for ourselves, for our business, for our families. It's something to celebrate. And so what I'm going to encourage us to do, what we're doing inside of our group, is celebrating those wins. And we're doing it every single week. And I highly encourage you, whether you join us in the club or not, I'm going to drop it in the chat, the ability for you to click the link and join us. Whether you join us in the club or not, what I highly encourage you to do is find a way to do this. Everything that we're doing inside of the Insider program is meant to help small business owners very specifically to get where we want to go, to get where you want to go, wherever it is you're trying to go. We want to help you get there. And one of the things that helps us all to get where we want to go and to get where we need to go is celebrating the steps that we're taking along the way. Especially when it's a path that you are not familiar with, it's untrodden, and you're going alone. It is so easy when you're going alone to just forget about the wonderful things that you're doing along the way, to forget the successes, to forget the moments where you hit these milestones in your business, because we are also forward thinking. Like, it's easy enough to pass by those first 1,000 fans on Instagram because you're trying to aim at 10,000. 10,000 is great, but honestly, every single person, every individual person who follows you matters. And so it's great to be able to have somewhere to celebrate that, where it won't seem silly, because I do know from experience talking to my family members and my, friends and people around me, where you go to celebrate a win that you think is something huge, and that person looks at you like, oh, well, like, whatever. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, you almost want to cry. Like, have you ever had that experience where you almost want to cry because you're so happy about something that you've accomplished in your business, and the person that you tell it to is so removed from it that they don't get it, or they're simply not in the right frame of mind to accept it and like understand what you're talking about? We here for it though. Like, that is what we're here for. We are here for, like, tell me that you got the first person to sign up for your ambassador program. Tell me, because I want to celebrate with you. I want to talk about, okay, now how do we get the next one signed up? Like, that is so exciting. It is so exciting for all of us when that sort of thing happens. And I really, really want us to celebrate those things together. Yes, it is so hard. We always move on. Someone's commenting about this. We always move on to the next thing. Thank you, Danny. And we need to stop doing that for ourselves. We need to take a moment to celebrate when something fantastic happens. And inside of our group, that is what we do. We're not forcing you. You don't have to participate, but we're structuring it so that there will be an opportunity every single week for you to celebrate something that has happened. And I will encourage you, even when you feel like there isn't anything to celebrate this week, in all reality, there probably is something. There's something that happened that you just like, it happened and you just like floated right on by it. And so I will encourage everyone who does join, when you do, make sure that you are hitting those weekly wins, that you are telling people what the big thing that you accomplished this week was. You sent your first email to your email list, or you sent a re-engagement email because you haven't sent an email in 2 years. Whatever the thing is, we want to celebrate. We want to celebrate it with you. And we want you to have a group of people who totally get it when you say something like, okay, y'all, my weekly win is that I actually checked this stat in my Google Analytics without fear or whatever the thing is. We want to be there with you to celebrate that. So go ahead. If you're interested in a supportive environment like that, if you're interested in getting that kind of support and feedback from other people who absolutely completely get where you're coming from, join us, because that's what we do. That's what we're all about. That's the kind of environment that I want and for myself, and it's the type of environment that I'm building for you as a small business owner. And I would love to have you join us. In case you're like, but Lindsay, how much does this cost? It is a $295 lifetime commitment, meaning that you pay once and you're in. So go ahead, click the link there. The page that you land on will tell you all about the program and give you the opportunity to join. On August 2nd, we are having our very first day of our Small Business Kickstart 30-day program. So if you join before then, you'll be able to launch directly into the Small Business Kickstart. And that Small Business Kickstart is a new, it's 2.0. I'm so excited about it and looking forward to seeing you all inside. So if you join between now and the 2nd, you'll be able to launch directly into that. If you join after the 2nd, you're going to have to wait until the next month because we don't have people joining in the middle of a session. So if you want to join us now before the 2nd so that you can jump right on into that first 30-day session where you're going to have daily activities. It's going to be so much fun. Honestly, it is. Anybody who's ever gone through will tell you it's transformative, it's fun, and I've even made it simpler and easier than it was before. So if you want the wins, if you want the Instagram boost days, if you want all the things that we've been talking about all week, if you want all of those things and you want the ability to kickstart your business into a brand, you should click the link, read up on it. Don't make any impulse decisions. Read up on it. Join us. If you have questions, drop them into the chat. I am always here to answer your questions. I'm in the internet all day long. So drop them into the chat. I would love to converse with you if you have any issues, concerns. You can also direct message me on any of the platforms you see here. And I will be happy to discuss what we're offering and how it would be useful to you in your business. With that said, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. For those of you who are watching, thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, put them in the chat. I am there for you, or direct message me. I'm also there for that. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day.